Yes, my people, this is your Captain Murky Aviation here, and as the title says, it has definitely been 12 years since I've flown to this certain airport. An airport that Jeb Brooks, Swiss001 and other aviation YouTubers went for either plane spotting or a connection to their desired onward destinations, and that's where I'll be heading off to in this video, flying with none other than my home country airline, say it with me, Queer Fungus. So without no further yapping, let's get straight into it. This is also going to be a video where you're going to be seeing my real face. Alright, so here I am airside, walking towards the end of the gate. I'm just glancing left and right, checking to see who's going to be on my ride, taking me over to the certain destination that I'm going to be heading over to. Now that I've reached the end of the Terminal 2 departure gates, I took out my iPad, opened Flight Radar 24 to find out my ride, as I was under the oblivion of which A320 will take me over there. Prior to this trip, I predicted Echo India Delta Echo Golf, as it was the A320 that had been painted in the new livery 7 months ago, followed by DVM in the retro, and again, Delta Echo India. Moment of truth in 3, 2, 1. Delta Echo Echo. She's literally right in front of me. She's literally right in front of me. It's going to be an on-time departure at 7 o'clock. Yeah, Delta Echo Echo, DEE. What's the name of this plane again? Name of this one is Saint Olsen or Neve Olsen, who is 20 years old and had been flying since June of 2004 until it flew with the Irish airline 2 months later in August. What's also unfortunate about this A320 is the fact that it is worn on the new livery, which I am not much of a fan of, because where the is the Irish in it? Pushing the underwhelming aesthetics aside, Olsen will be operating this flight as EI650 to Frankfurt, which is the airport that I've been itching to go after a decade. Anyways, let me get inside him. Pause. Jesus. I meant enter. Step on board the plane. Inside the cabin, I was met with slightly upgraded seats, including my seat for today, 7 Alpha, and I've got one question to ask about this. Why? Why is that even there? I won't lie. Is that even necessary? See, I don't even know if this is a safety measure or a safety flaw, but what if I trip, fall down, and die and hit my head on this? Like, who's gonna save me? Anyways, you get the same seats comfort, same coat hook, same tray table, and same headrest as DER. However, the only few things that differs from that A320 is the fact that it has a seat pocket with the bigger safety card, and finally, an in-flight magazine. Go on! Now I don't have to raw dog a 2-hour flight and then post it up on TikTok claiming I've done 15, which some people actually do. But anyways, I was also treated with the lovely adjacent view of the CFM 56 5B engine outside the window. With that being said, it is time for me to fasten my seatbelt, listen to the captain announcements while this plane makes its way out to runway 10 right.
Frankfurt, we're just tidying up last minute. We're hoping to get away pretty much on time. Flight time is in the region of 1 hour and 50 minutes. Smooth conditions expected towards Frankfurt today. The weather over there, it's clear skies, slight easterly winds, temperature 20 degrees. Once you get up to the cruise and a bit closer to Germany, we'll update you on the weather. Before then, sit back and relax, enjoy the flight, make sure you see lots of screen.
36,000 feet. When our service began, I got myself a ham and cheese croque sambo. And I do have to say, it was delicioso. So 2012 was the year where I last went to this airport, and was the same year where we all thought the world was coming to an end, but turned out to be propaganda. I connected through this airport with my family to and from Lagos, Nigeria, flying with Lufthansa on both their Airbus A321 and their Airbus A330, whilst doing a 3 to 4 hour layover in between. At the time, there was so much richness in diversity. Like, I'm talking Qantas 747s parked in the South Apron, BMI ERJ aircrafts landed every 10 to 15 minutes, one of ANA's first midliners, US Airways, Air Moldova, of course Lufthansa and Condor, when they had every aircraft in their fleet flying about. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I don't want to take up the whole video yapping about who I saw in the cookout. I'm excited to see what developments are currently in the making, especially with Lufthansa's young midliner and Condor's new livery, as well as their Boeing 747-8s, their old Airbus A340s, the 300s, the 600s, the old 747-400s. They're still flying, and I've been seeing them since 2012 as well. So the fact that they're still flying is absolutely amazing. So what will I be doing at this airport, you may be asking? First, I will start off by spotting at 2 of the 4 different locations I picked. I was planning on spotting at the first location, which requires me to take an 8-minute ride on the OF64 shuttle bus from Terminal 1 to Tour 33 to drop off and continue walking there for 8 minutes. However, winds are blowing from west to east, which means that most traffic are using runway 7 left and 7 right for arrivals, 7 center for northeast and west departures and arrivals respectively, and 1/8 for departures to the south. This area makes this the sweet spot for simultaneous action, whether it's 1/8 departures or 7 center or 7 right arrivals. However, I can't be arsed going there. Yeah, 12 minutes on a cab journey. I know people are gonna be like, what are you talking about? That's not too bad. You're spending a lot of cash for that, which I'm not doing. I'm trying to be frugal with my money and my time, because imagine walking 1 hour and 20 minutes there. Yeah, good luck missing your next flight. If you can drive and can afford a car rental, do it. If you are a passenger princess like me and have a friend who is willing to take you there, also do it. As a result, I'm only left with 2 locations, being the North Runway and the Visitors Terrace at Terminal 2. After spotting, I will then head over to the Visitor Center at Terminal 1 to explore more about this airport and hopefully marshal aircraft like what Jeb did when he was there. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived at Frankfurt with a flight time of 1 hour and 41 minutes. And I do have to say, boy, it feels good to be back seeing the Lufthansa family since the Munich trip I went last year. It's also great seeing the old queen still flying, along with a few Condors making themselves known with their stripes. Then Lufty's new midliner beside it, Yankee Tangy leaving the runway after its 10-hour trip from the City of Angels, and finally, more Condor A330neos being towed behind us. See, this is what I like about this airport, the fact that there is so much variety and diversity of aircrafts and liveries to catch. Something you don't get normally at Dublin or Stockholm. Time to disembark the aircraft and head straight into the bus for Terminal 2. Alright, made it through customs and I'm officially at German soil. Time for me to head over to the Visitor Terrace, but first I need to go to the toilet to offload a lot of cargo, which is also in the same place as the terrace. And voila! Here it is, the entrance of the visitor terrace. It was pretty tricky at first, however all I needed to do was follow the signs showing the visitor terrace by taking 2 escalators to where McDonald's is located. Now that I've already done my business, it is time to get in there. As I make my way towards the terrace, I was greeted with the Lego Lufty 380, a few staff uniforms, a collection of accolades, and a magical door to the spot.
Absolutely banging weather. We are at the observation deck. Now I'm actually looking for a place where I can actually be able to marshal some aircraft. But yeah, see a couple of Condors, AC-30 Neos. Damn. Man, this livery looks good. Even with the naked eye. You can see it's oh cool. But when you put on sunglasses, oh damn, you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of AC-30s, man.
Spotting at this terrace can be a bit, especially when you're dealing with wired fences obstructing every shot of aircraft, either taxiing on the apron or departing out of the runway, like this Lufty Queen I filmed there. One thing I can't take away from this spot is the diversity of airlines that are present there, as most of them that are using this terminal aren't part of the member of Star Alliance or are German, except for 2, which is weird.
Alright, so I've gotten some aircraft in. It is now time for me to head over to the north runway and get some arrivals in, if we can possibly can. It's about to be a long walk, but hopefully the bus makes the journey a little bit quicker. There's going to be some obstacles that we're going to have to deal with when it comes to walking towards that area. But yeah, it's going to be worth it.
Getting to the next spot will mean taking the people goer to Terminal 1, which only takes around 2 to 3 minutes. After getting off the vehicle, I headed through check-in A to Z to find an escalator which took me upstairs, found a sign that says bus station and kept following that until getting to the escalator. Sometimes it will say railway station, but I tend to avoid that because it's pretty much the same way.
The time is 25 minutes past 12. Yeah, I was late for that 12:15 departure. So that means I have to take the 12:29. It originates pretty much 30 minutes, and if I missed it, I'm gonna take the 12:43, and it's at bus stop 23. Let's see how this goes.
The journey is 11 minutes, taking either the 67, X15 or 82 shuttle bus by starting off passing the huge train station, Lufthansa Aviation Center, under the taxiway bridge linking to the north runway, and finally at Tor 33, which is where I got off at.
Alright, so this is where the juicy part begins. Flying through that one junction. Hopefully one of those trucks don't send me over to the hospital or the Krankenhaus! But no, for real though, I've been through tight pathways before, tight roads, so it's pretty much second nature. But this one, you might need a bike for that jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that autobahn. You get me? Let me not try to die. If I drop my phone in that autobahn, bro, finished. You know what I mean? Like, any of my belongings, if I drop it, that's a long day for me. Get me? I'm more scared of dropping my belongings. I'm not really scared. Like, listen, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Like, alright, so we have finally gotten through it. Alright. It's not too bad, I won't lie. It's actually not too bad though. And we got a Condor. Look at her.
After walking over the bridge, I then took a right turn past the airport fire station, showing the dummy training aircraft, through another path where I made it to my final destination.
Let's get cooking.
Alright, so here is the last aircraft I spotted, which also happens to be the highlight aircraft, as the rest are all lofty jet narrow bodies, making this session dead. I had high expectations coming to this spotting area, but unfortunately they were not met. I was hoping for A330 Neos to come through, but unfortunately Frankfurt ATC just likes favoring runway 7 right and center for their arrivals, even though most of them just flew over the Atlantic. Anyways, time to make my way back to the terminal so I can board my next flight, which was the intention until I finally encountered the visitor center.
That's the John I was looking for, the visitor center.
Don't expect a free visit unless you're under the supervision of a disabled person or you're aged under 4, which I know majority of my viewers aren't in that category. However, if you're a child aged 4 to 7, over 65 going into grandparent status, a student and a trainee, or a disabled person yourself, pay the tenner. Everyone else pay the 12 just like I did. Here I am inside where I was first met with the model of this airport. I like how it's uniquely designed with those LED lines streaming towards the runways, showing the approach and departures of each of them. Here are the views of this airport, and I do have to say, Munich did it better. After Frankfurt, this center also offers a fire truck simulator where I show my squirts game putting out the fire on this A320. Here is a timeline showing the origin and the development of this airport. Feel free to pause if you want to read all that. And one last thing I really wanted to do is marshal this Airbus A320. Now this was actually my third attempt, as I forgot to record the first two, which I both ended up at 4 stars, just like Jeb's attempt.
4 stars!
My turn. As you can see, man was cooking. You know, I've been working at the ramp, so I've seen people marshal aircraft like this before, so it's pretty much second nature when I do it. See how chuffed I was to be able to get this one all in one take and in clutch for my next flight, which I have to catch right now.
I think my flight is at the B gate, so I have to make my way over, which is literally at the very end.
Anyways, that is it from this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and made it through to the end. You can use this video as reference if you want to, so in case you guys are visiting or connecting through this airport and you want to gallivant and see what it's like, then it's right there at your arsenal. If not, you got the website, and I've got a link, so in case you guys want to go and find where to spot some planes, it's going to be in the description. If not, well, you can just say to the tourist desk, Guten Tag, wie geht's? Was ist das? Because I don't know where I'm supposed to go, you know? But don't be a Karen while you're at it, please. No, but for real though, overall, I enjoyed this airport. I really like it. There's a lot to offer compared to Munich, and I'll explain whenever I'm ready to explain, because this Frankfurt, there's a lot to offer. It's got McDonald's, it's got Burger King, it's got a visitor center literally right in front of your face. So what is the excuse of just not having some fun? Although there are so much things I really wanted to do, however, everything just keeps going so fast. So I was like, you know what, let me just sit back and relax and just let things just fly the way it's supposed to fly, like a Concorde. So yeah, I was hoping to do an airside bus tour there, but it wasn't available on that day. But next time when I go to this airport, I will be able to take advantage of it when it's there. If not, we'll just have to pray and hope Infinite Flight will, because this is the airport that a lot of us in this community really want to see. Instead of me just doing the spotting, it will just be everyone doing the spotting. Do you get what I'm saying? So hopefully this video receives it well. Anyways, like this video, right here, slam that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because the next video I'm going to be revisiting and talking about a livery that I used to hate and now I love. And it's not Air India. So take care and enjoy the rest of your day.